Josh. Here we go.
All right, Corey.
3, 2, 1. Hello, Guardians. Welcome back to Tower Casuals, the Destiny podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Deering, and alongside me, as always, the one who cut all of his hair off, Josh Finney.
I did. This is the shortest my hair has been in probably like 5 years.
Yeah, I don't even remember the last time I saw you with short hair. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I don't think you ever have seen me with short hair, to be honest.
Yeah.
During the history of this show, my hair has been close to this length one time.
Yeah. I think it was
And even then, it was a little bit longer. It was longer on the sides for sure.
Oh yeah,
So,
for sure.
The last time I cut it, which was 2.5 years ago, I hadn't even gotten trimmed since then. I had done trim. I've done trims. I've never like fully cut it like this. But it was simply too much. Let me tell you what was the ultimate deciding factor. Spending a week in Missouri where it was humid as shit in the valley, I was like, yeah, it has to go. It has to go. I can't do this. I can't do this. Ladies, I don't know how you do it. I can't. I couldn't keep up with washing it. It became a chore to wash it, and on top of that, I am chronically depressed. So that really does not motivate me to want to spend 15 minutes on my hair. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good, friends. So it's gone. It's gone for the foreseeable future. Probably. I'll probably just grow it right back out. Let's be honest. But it'll be a couple years before it gets back to. It'll never get to where it was. I'll never grow it that long again. I'll never grow it that long. Probably to my shoulders. My shoulders is my stopping point, I think.
Well, Josh,
that's it.
We're gonna miss your hair.
I already miss it a little bit. It's been really weird seeing myself with short hair. Chelsea had a heart attack because she did not know I was cutting it that day.
Oh.
I cut it while she was asleep, and then I was on party chat with our friend Ray Apollo. We were in a Discord call, and he heard her reaction and was like, "Oh, you probably need to go." I was like, "Yeah, probably." So, yeah, my hair is cut. Your boy is going to be returning to office, hopefully here in the near future. So, ergo, my hair had to go.
Yeah, well,
those are the things we do for corporate life.
The things we do.
The things we do for corporate life.
Well, speaking of corporate life, there was a shooting by my work this morning.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's not the segue I was hoping for here. I thought there was going to be like a segue into the stuff that Sony was saying about Bungie the other day. I thought
what did they say? I think I missed it.
Well, no, we're on your shooting first.
Oh, yeah. Oh, geez. Someone was like roaming the streets by where I work at like 4:30 in the morning. And they were trying to break into the gas station that's kind of by where I work. Well, two doors down from where I work, actually. And tried to attack a cop with a hammer, and the cop shot the person. Not fatally, just to not get beaten with a hammer, I guess. So,
well, those are things that we try to do. We try to not get shot over hammers.
Yeah. So that was an exciting time trying to get to work because the roads were blocked off. So that was cool. On the other hand, though, I did see a lot of Luka Doncic weightlifting videos today for some reason on
Luka's dead to me. I don't want to talk about Luka.
YouTube.
I continue to be angry that this is what it took for him to take this seriously. I continue to just be upset. So
I'm sorry, Josh. I didn't mean to.
It is what it is. It's still very fresh and very raw.
Would you like me to talk about Shador Sanders starting the preseason game tomorrow night?
Absolutely fucking not.
Um,
If there's anybody I want to hear about less than Luca right now, it's Shador Sanders. Jesus Christ.
well, that's all anybody can talk about in Cleveland right now.
I'm sure. I'm sure. But Corey, we have a lot to get to tonight.
No, we don't.
It's been a busy couple weeks in game. I apologize for no episode last week. I did intend for there to be one. I mentioned it in the Discord, but didn't really go into details. I had to leave town very suddenly about a week and a half ago to go to a funeral out of state. We found out basically while we were recording this episode or the previous episode. So I upped and took off. And in the process, I had intended to upload the raid review before I left. Went to go do it, was unable to log in, and it was like 5:30 in the morning on a Sunday, so I was not going to bother Corey. And then I left my laptop in Texas. I intended to take it with me. It's probably a good thing that I did, because let me tell you something. The Wi-Fi at the hotel that we were in Rolla, Missouri.
Missouri.
A town of 18,000 people, by the way. The Wi-Fi there was very bad. It was very bad. We barely had phone reception. So that was the biggest town I was in all week. That's small for me. And then I proceeded to be in multiple towns of less than 800 people. So yeah.
That's quite the feat there, Josh.
Yeah. I don't know. So anyways, long story short, got back, intended to upload it, got very, very, very ill. Just got over that about 2 days ago. I came down with the Rona again. So that was great. Haven't had that in years.
It seems to be, not to I don't know, knock on wood, but it seems to be going around again. You're the fourth person this week that I've heard had it. And I'm like,
we're not sure if I had it or not, but I had the symptoms. The test said I did not have it. I took 2 tests. They said I did not have it. We're assuming that I had it, though, because I got violently sick.
I mean, how accurate are those tests, though? I mean,
they're ones that we got directly from the hospital, so I would say fairly accurate.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay. the bottom line is, I got violently ill from going to the middle of nowhere, Missouri. But all that being said, the raid recap of Desert Perpetual is out. I posted it last night.
Yep, and went up on YouTube today. So if you're a watcher, you can watch it there too.
It is out. Phenomenal raid. Just want to get that out there. Phenomenal raid. I really, really love it. I think I ranked it 4th on my list of raids for the franchise.
Behind what?
Behind Last Wish, behind Vow of the Disciple, and of course Salvation's Edge. Those 3 exist in a tier of their own, as far as I'm concerned. DP is the top of the next tier, though. It's the top of the A tier. Those 3 are S tier. DP is the top of A tier for me. So still very, very, very good. I need to do another run. I've done that. I've basically done 2 runs, and that's about it. Obviously, I've been out of commission. And the people I normally raid with really have fallen off. They are really not playing right now, which is what we're going to address tonight. But yeah, great raid. Encourage everybody to go do Desert Perpetual whenever they get a moment. It's a lot of fun. It's the best thing about this expansion. Big surprise. The raid is the best part.
What?
We're going to start with a little bit of Bungie news before we get into the Schwab, before we get into Arms Week, Solstice. No Trials talk this week. Trials talk will come next week. The aforementioned Rona did not want to play through Trials while dealing with the Rona.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
Yeah. So,
I mean,
Sony's CFO made comments yesterday. This is transcribed by VGC News. This came out. They posted it this morning, but it got announced, I guess, last night in comments. Hmm. Sony CFO Lin Tao, in a Q&A session with the latest financial results for the company, was asked by a caller for an update on the management of Bungie, as well as what Sony would do in the worst case scenario if Marathon would needed to be canceled outright. Lin Tao responded by saying, Marathon is planned to release within the current fiscal year, which ends March 31st, 2026. I don't know if you're keeping track at home, people, but there are not a lot of days you can release a massively multiplayer game between the original release date of late September and March 31st.
Yes.
That basically means you're probably putting it out in like mid-March. Mid-March, maybe early February, because I doubt that they want to take away players from Destiny, which is already bleeding players, when the update that is supposed to come out in March, the final major update of the Year of Prophecy, is supposed to bring the new Pantheon activity in, and we don't know if that's going to be there day one of that update or not. I would have to imagine that it's going to be. But they're not going to want to pull players away. My guess would be either you got to do early February or you got to do like mid to late March, like right before the end of the quarter. And we've seen time and time again, studios like to release things at the end of quarters to make those quarterly results look good.
Mm-hmm.
They want to drive those active user numbers. So would not surprise me. But I want to get into Lynn's comments here. They go, first, about Marathon, how we factored it in the forecast. We expect the launch to happen within the fiscal year. She says, but having said that, this is not a commitment. No official announcement has been given yet. We are now doing modifications in development, and based on the progress in the autumn timeframe, we believe we can communicate when we can launch Marathon, either from Bungie or PlayStation. About the governance of Bungie, at the time of acquisition, we were offering a very independent environment, so that was one way of thinking. However, thereafter, we have gone through structural reform as we announced last year, so this independence is getting lighter, and Bungie is shifting into a role which is becoming more a part of PlayStation Studios, and integration is proceeding. So, in the long term, if you can see this as an ongoing process, the direction for Bungie is to become a part of PlayStation Studios. As for whether Marathon would be canceled, Tao said she currently doesn't expect this to happen, saying, we are now fixing the problems, so we believe this launch will happen. If this launch is canceled, we'll need to do the revision of the valuation. However, as of now, this is not expected. Man, just one hit after another for Bungie. It has been the summer from hell for them. It's really been just a terrible like 12 months for this
Yeah.
studio.
I would say any time after about 6 weeks after the final shape, baby.
Yep. About a year ago today is when we got the announcement of the layoffs.
Yep.
So I would say that for 12 months, pretty much with the exception of the campaign for Edge of Fate and like maybe the length of a good chunk of Heresy, it has been just, it has been bad. It has been really bad. It's been rough. It has not been good, to say the absolute least. Destiny has its own problems, which we'll be getting into. Of course, Marathon has had the art controversy, which we've gone over ad nauseum. We're not going to address that anymore. The management issues, the layoffs, all that, the pricing controversies, all sorts of shit, lack of content, etc., etc. I don't think Marathon is getting canceled. And I do think that the comments here point to that. I don't think this is making it out in March, though. I do not know how you expect to launch this and quote unquote, you're going to be able to scrub the entire game of the assets. Your entire art style was lifted from those people, like from that specific profile that so many people on your team followed, including the art director and, many senior artists on the game.
Yep.
That's damning. That's a problem.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I have no idea what you do here. I don't know how you proceed. I am going to say this as nicely as I can. I do not think that Marathon makes it out in the fiscal year.
Oh, I would be shocked if it did.
That being said, I do think that Marathon will probably be a summer game next year, What I would do is, if I were Bungie, I would just go silent. I would go silent for a long while. I would maybe do a public beta in like January or February to start gaining interest again. Maybe start scrubbing the timeline a little bit. Potentially do a re-reveal. I don't know if Jeff Keighley will touch it with a 10-foot pole, but maybe you do a re-reveal at the Game Awards.
Somebody,
Or
I mean, somebody will. It'll get ratings, and a lot of people, that's all they care about. Not Keeley specifically, but
I was gonna say, like, Keighley is the only showcase where it would be. Let's be honest. It's gonna be that, or it's gonna be a PlayStation showcase.
you
And
mean not
PlayStation
Paris
doesn't.
Games Week?
No. You remember like that very brief, like, year-long period where people were like, "Oh, Paris Games Week is gonna be the European equivalent to E3."
Yeah, it's because like PlayStation started making that quote unquote their main place to show stuff.
Which is so funny because then they abandoned that after like 2 years.
Yeah,
Uh, I really thought Gamescom was going to be bigger for like announcements too, but I digress. I digress. They've gone completely silent. It was not at the main PlayStation show in May, which a lot of us thought it was going to be. I personally have my doubts as to if we get another PlayStation showcase this year. Sony has no rhyme or reason. They're like Nintendo now. They just kind of do them whenever they feel like, and
I
I think
mean
that's because
the next thing will be a state of play for Ghost of Yote, like a game specific one. In my
sure,
opinion.
but like in terms of a major showcase, like
Yeah,
an actual, not something branded as a state of play, but something branded as a PlayStation Presents.
yeah.
They are so few and far between with those, and when they do them, they're bangers. But the last one that we got, I think the last real one we got branded as that was that disastrous live service one.
Yeah.
I don't know that we've gotten another one branded as a PlayStation Presents since then. They've made state of plays longer and better. And I mean, hey, maybe that just becomes the branding going forward, like Nintendo
I,
Direct.
well, that's the thing though, right? Is like, why do you need so many different things? Like Xbox has so many different things, right? Like they have the summer showcase, they have the uh developer direct in January, and then they have whenever they feel like it, the XO event. Like, why can't they just have like a standard? Like, I feel like State of Play is such a good
I
brand for them to like.
and I think that's what Sony's realized also
Yeah.
with Xbox. I would argue Xbox is doing something the other two are not. When you go into a developer direct, like, you know what you're getting with the developer direct, but you're also because you're hearing directly from those teams.
Mm-hmm.
We don't get that from the other two. Listen, I love Nintendo and I love Sony. You only get it for Sony if they do like a 10-minute Ghost of Yote.
Yeah.
You get it for Nintendo occasionally if they do like their times are so weird. Like, we're doing a 7-minute Nintendo Direct on Donkey Kong Bonanza. Like, it wasn't actually 7 minutes, but you get the point. That they're so random. Like, so there'll be 7 minutes or there'll be 25 minutes, and there's like no in between. It's always some
Or they're
random time, or that's a 14-minute direct.
yeah. I mean, the indie direct they did today was like 12 minutes.
I don't even care about that. I'm gonna be
like,
honest. Like, when Nintendo does an indie direct, I just kind of snooze because I like, okay, it's either stuff I don't care about or it's stuff that I'm playing elsewhere.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
oh
the
boy,
only thing I cared about was
Me-
Mina the Hollower they showed off today, right? Like,
yeah, I can't even be bothered at this point. I will play it at some point, but I just, I, I feel like when you get partner showcases from Sony and Xbox, that's when like you see a lot of really good indies come out. Like, those are the ones that seem to get pushed. Those are the big indies. And I'm not even saying like, oh, you got to be a big indie. And this is obviously going way off track, but at some point you have to re-reveal Marathon. And I don't know where you do that. I don't know how you do that. Sony pretty clearly thinks this is a toxic brand right now, and they're probably right. They're probably 100% correct in assuming that.
I think
I would certainly assume that.
Yeah.
So the question becomes, what on earth do you do? Bungie has no solutions here. The reveal event didn't particularly go great for them.
Yeah.
And then you had the controversy on top of that. So we'll see. We'll see. But the other big part of this is something that, Jason Schreier reported last summer, that Sony was going to step in and take control. And we've got that explicitly confirmed here. It's very interesting to me because I do wonder if Bungie is still going to try to force Marathon out this calendar year for whatever reason. We of course we know what the reason is. They pretty much have to get it out by the end of this year to
Mm-hmm.
vest those options
Mm-hmm.
from the purchase.
Yeah, I wonder. I wonder.
They're not gonna. It's not gonna happen. It's not
No,
happening.
no.
It's not happening. Pete, sorry, you got to hold off on buying more cars. Sorry that you're gonna miss out on like five hundred
I'm
million
I'm
dollars or
sure
whatever.
I'm sure his pockets are just fine without this vestiger.
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
I don't really give a shit.
I mean, I don't either, but that's the
You gots to
unfortunate kind
go.
of look.
They gots to go. So
Yeah.
if this speeds up getting Pete Parsons and some of the business unit out of there, great,
Do you think
great.
if if Sony takes over and they get like a good management team in there, do you think Bungie could have some sort of resurgence as like this prominent
Hmm.
developer in the industry
Of
and
course I
not
do.
just like a shell of its former self? I mean, I
Of
don't want
course
to
I do.
say that because there's still a lot of great people that work there and our
And
Destiny
that's
is
exactly
great,
why
but
I'll believe it till my dying breath that like they have so many talented people there working
mhm,
on both the Destiny and Marathon teams that
mhm,
yeah, you're totally capable of doing it. But
yeah,
I do think that Sony is going to let Marathon come out and then they're going to be like, okay, you need to like almost immediately put this game on life support.
yeah,
And we're going to reinvest resources into. I don't know if they're going to invest them into Destiny, but I think they're going to be like, we're going to invest into a new IP that you guys are going to start working on right now. You have Joe Ziegler working for you. You kind of need to utilize that talent.
yeah.
So, and it's unfortunate because Joe really seems bought in on this. Of course, I mean, of course he is. The game is his vision now. He pretty much scrapped what Chris Barrett was doing
Hmm.
and made it his own and took it in a
And
different direction for better or worse.
yeah,
So,
I mean,
I don't, I don't know.
as awful as this art thing is, I'm kind of maybe excited is the wrong word, but I'm really interested to see how they change it and what happens with it, right? Like, because that was such a staple of what people liked about it was the look, and so like,
Mm-hmm.
what's like, I mean, I can't imagine it's going to change that drastically, right? Like, I can't imagine it's going to change that drastically. Um, or I just feel like that would take like so much time, and
And
time that
that's what I'm
Sony and
saying. But
they
like,
don't want to invest in.
I feel like we're at a point where it's the sunk cost fallacy,
Yeah.
where they're going to get the game to where it's not plagiarizing things and it's stable enough to release it, see if it catches on. Hey, maybe people play it and really like it and are like, hey, you just need to refine some things. Maybe they give I hesitate to say give it the Sea of Thieves treatment because Sea of Thieves was being backed by $1 trillion company who had no games at the time and could afford to say, "Well, we're gonna invest in this." And now look at this wild success story that Sea of Thieves is. Right?
Hmm.
We championed Microsoft for so many years for doing that with live service games, just giving them opportunity after opportunity to reinvent themselves and succeed eventually, because they had nothing else going for them. Sony doesn't really have that problem. Sony has the problem of they don't have any good multiplayer outside of Helldivers.
Hmm.
So what do you even do? Like if you're Herman Hulst, what's going through your mind right now? This is very clearly the absolute worst case scenario that this could have ever been for Sony when they purchased Bungie. This is
Yeah.
a scenario, we're now in a scenario where I don't think any of us dreamed it was going to go this way.
Yeah. This is man, this is
It gets announced in the lead up to the Witch Queen. Witch Queen comes out. It's a hit. It's arguably the best expansion in T2 up to that point. A year later, Lightfall comes out, and people start going, oh no. Oh no. We get to the final shape. It's this triumph heralded throughout the industry. The layoffs happened about 8 months before the first round did. And you're like, oh my God, the resilience of this team to get this out, make it as incredible as they did, overcoming the loss of Lance Reddick and all this and that, blah, 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 blah. And then you get the second round of layoffs. You get the bullshit of Echoes, the bullshit of Revenant, the super, like the super bullshit of Marathon, and now we arrive here. We're now in the bullshit portal.
yeah.
So I I feel very very badly for the talented team that's still there. I genuinely look at the team that is there, and I like Julia, one of our favorite narrative directors on Destiny, is the franchise narrative lead for Marathon.
Mhm.
I gotta be thinking what's going through their mind right now,
Yeah.
you know? So not that Allison and them did not tell an incredible story with the Edge of Fate, but I gotta be thinking like what's going through the mind of those who shifted over to Marathon. But both there and as game designers, like you're like, oh my god, like our
I mean,
team may not exist in a few months. Like,
yeah.
what the fuck?
I mean, I'm sure a lot of the game, like especially like the gunplay designers, probably
Hmm.
moved over there, right? Because I mean, not that like
We know that one of like a couple of the main weapons people moved over there long
yeah,
ago.
yeah.
Long ago. Some of the sandbox leads went over there. It's a whole thing. So you've got so many talented people there, and I really do think that if there's non-plagiarized art assets, they're going to make something special. But
Hmm.
it's really hard. What I keep harping on, it's really hard to sell an extraction shooter, especially to a crowd that like this studio's fan base is still pretty like heavily rooted. It has console roots,
Hmm.
and I'm not going to be I know that Steam is their biggest platform now, but I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh well, Steam blah 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 blah. Like, listen, they're owned by Sony. The focus is console right now. Like, they have that history going back to the launch of the first Xbox. Bungie just does. They think of the console ecosystem, and it's the same way they had the problem pitching Destiny and selling it to the masses. People just bought it because it's from the makers of Halo. Surely it's not going to be bad. And then
Right.
Destiny 1 becomes this giant meme. Destiny 2 comes out. Okay, a little bit less successful in the first one, but okay, maybe it'll be fixed. Oh, what do you mean shotguns are heavy weapons? You know? And oh god, this is almost as bad. What's going on here? It's a better campaign, but holy shit, everything else is bad. And both times we had to wait on the Taken King to save it. We had to wait on Forsaken to save it. And it just ebbs and flows, ebbs and flows. I can't tell you how many people I've talked to who were like, man, I'm so interested in the lore of Destiny and I love the gameplay because there's no other shooter that plays like Destiny. But man, the corporate and the studio bullshit just makes them not want to play it. They're like, it's so unfriendly to new players, and I gotta keep agreeing with that. It really is. So we'll see. Moving into some Destiny stuff though. Oh boy,
Destiny.
God, oh boy.
Uh-oh.
All right, guys, we gotta talk about the portal. The portal fucking sucks. The portal fucking sucks. I'm back on my bullshit. I was willing to give it a chance. As I approach power level 300, the portal was bullshit. I'm watching so many friends go through the struggle of trying to get to 400, and then a couple of people who are above 400 who are just working in the salt mines of Caldera and K1 Logistics. And if that's what's going to require me to get the 450 power, have fun, guys. I shan't be reaching it. I will get to 300 and rest and stop optimizing after that, because now my drops are all tier 3 or 4, and I'm okay with that. Like, the events have the opportunity to drop something higher, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with not killing myself. Will I eventually get up to 400? Probably. Just by like casually playing between now and Renegades, I will probably get there. But I'm not going to be going all out killing myself trying to level up. I'm not going to care about 450. They do address the power grind in today's TWAB, but god, the rotation of activities is so bad. I don't know whose genius idea it was to go, Pinnacle Ops for the season. Let's put Kells Fall and let's put Encore in there. Two things they just had for an entire year. Let's give them another 6 months of this.
Yeah.
You realize by the time they take Encore out, God willing, Encore's not in there with Renegades also. It will have been in there for 18 straight months. You will have been able to access it.
Mm-hmm.
18
Mm-hmm.
straight months for the longest goddamn mission in the entire game. It's distinctly not fun. It's just not fun. Kells Fall is not fun. Kells Fall is not fun in the opposite direction. You can fly through it in like 10, 12 minutes, and Fickrell's a fucking joke. You just hold down right trigger and he's dead. That's all you have to do. Starcrossed, pretty much the same way. At least that got taken out for like a year. It was just there in the legacy exotic missions. But what I keep coming back to with this, I mean, they wanted to get us excited. Guys, the coil's back! The coil's back! I can't tell you how hard I laughed. Like, what on earth makes you think I'm going to be excited to go do the goddamn coil?
Someone is obviously excited.
Don't get me wrong. Am I happy to see some older things in there? Sure, because I have made fun of the fact that we have the battleground, we have the Encore battlegrounds, Echoes battlegrounds, whatever you want to call them. We have Widow's Court Onslaught. We have Midtown Onslaught. We have Liminality from Final Shape. We have Hell's Fall, and we have Encore. Like, half of the activities are stuff that we have had continuously for the last 14 months. Why on earth would you be like, yeah, let's do that? I just want to know what the thought process is here, because I think Solo Ops has the genesis of being a good idea. I think there are things you can do with Solo Ops to make it better and more fun and varied, and like, obviously part of that is make the loot more rewarding in everything other than Solo Ops. Okay, let's be completely honest, that's what you need to do. But I think with the portal, you're missing a golden opportunity to bring in retired activities and strikes that were taken out. Where are the IO strikes? Where's Savathun's song? Where's some of these old strikes from like years 1 through 3? Where's the stuff from the Tangled Shore? You could put Nightmare Hunts in. I can't believe I'm saying this. You could put fucking Nightmare Hunts in there, man. You can put Baron Hunts in there. You can put all these things that you've yanked out of the game in there. Expunge can be in there. You can put in the Saint 14 missions, the Sundial missions, the Saint 14 story missions. You can put all this stuff in there. You put the Corridors of Time mission in there. You can put so many different. The Hawkmoon. Where's the fucking Hawkmoon mission, man? That's an awesome exotic mission. Where's that? Where's Presage? You can go put all that bullshit in there and have so much content. And I'm not even saying you got to blow your wad and use it all at once, but you can sprinkle some of that in there instead of, hey, let's give them the stuff they just had for an entire year. Let's give it to them for another 6 months. That'll make them happy. No, that's how you get people like me bitching and moaning. Also, going and throwing Devil's Lair in there is not the move either. Devil's Lair and Inverted Spire being part of this is fucking hilarious to me as 2 of the 6 Pinnacle Conquests. 2 things that we've had since the beginning of D1 and D2, respectfully. Oh boy. Oh boy. Can't tell you how excited I am to go do fucking Devil's Lair again. Can't tell you how excited I am to go do the Inverted Spire again, man. It's ridiculous. Like, change it up a little bit. It's making me madder and madder because I've had to play Proving Grounds a lot also in the last couple weeks. And it just keeps reminding me of how cool Proving Grounds was to end the storyline for that particular season. Where are some of these end of season missions? Those could be in there. The Quaria fight from Splicer, that can be in there. Like, there are so many activities you can put in there. Why are we not doing any of this? Any of it at all? It's so frustrating.
Yeah, it's
I don't know a nice way to say it without just continuing to complain, but there are so many things you could and should be doing here.
Yeah,
and I don't get it.
Yeah, I just wonder how much of this is like, I don't know if there's not enough people to make something new. I don't know if, like, I mean, obviously the layoffs and everything that happened over the last 3 years have affected a lot at this studio and this game, but like, I don't know, man. I understand, like, they have activities that you can kind of swap in and out, but like, I feel like we've been running the same activities for like 5 or 6 years now.
We have been, and that's why I think that you have a golden opportunity with Portal to bring in some of those older activities. Like, yeah, I know there was an engine change with Beyond Light, and that's part of why, we never got IO and Titan and Tangled Shore back and stuff, but God damn, it's been so long. It can't possibly take you that long to redo
Right.
some of that. Like, surely you've worked on it at some point in the last 5 years. Surely. It's
Right.
just like it's an amalgamation of things that we've either had for forever or things that I didn't like doing the first time around. Like Empire hunts.
Right.
They're just not fun.
Right.
So that's my spiel for today. I there's so many exotic missions you could put in there. We had some questions about, are they ever going to put the uh are they ever going to put in raid and dungeon content? And yes, that's been addressed. It is, dungeon content is coming to the portal with the Ash and Iron update on September 9th. I believe it's September 9th is when it's dropping. Whatever the Tuesday that week is, it's dropping. Dungeon content is coming. We don't know what it's going to look like. I fully expect it to be the Rite of the Nine encounters, because those were recently revamped. They have new loot attached to them, and they have the explorer modes that they can still put in there on the matchmaking for easy and advanced.
Mm-hmm.
And you can use Eternity for the others. So I fully expect those to be in there and to be annoyed by it, but at least those are more recent. Those have been revamped. I don't really love uh Fox's take on this. And I'm calling him out here. I don't really love Fox's thing here. So I'm gonna break up some of Fox's comments here because he wrote a wall of text. He says, hang on, I gotta find it. TLDR, they should put together an event based around old raids and dungeons to bring them up to speed with the newer system and tier levels. I know it's hard to do on Bungie's side, but I think it would benefit the game so much. You're not gonna get that until Pantheon. I promise you. Pantheon, they have to do that. They're going to have to do it for Pantheon. That's when you're gonna get a loot refresh for some of these raids.
Mm-hmm.
And if I had to guess, it's going to be Vault of Glass. Vault of Glass is going to get one. I think that they'll do Salvation's Edge is pretty obviously going to be part of it. There's no way that the Witness fight isn't the final Pantheon encounter. That'll be in there. I expect Crota to get the update because Crota. I'm thinking of things that did not have encounters in the first Pantheon. Those three are the ones that immediately come to mind. I do think eventually you need to do all of the raids, and I don't think it's asking for too much to like maybe update the raid loot in those raids. I don't know, maybe two every major update, so two every like 3 months. I don't think that's a huge ask to do that. Maybe two raids in a dungeon or two dungeons in a raid, something like that. Maybe the ones that haven't gotten any love in a long time, like Pit of Heresy, for example,
Mm-hmm.
Shattered Throne. Give us reasons to go run some of this stuff again. And I think that's what a lot of folks are wanting. And that's what Fox was kind of saying further up in it. Because I do agree it's some fucking bullshit that dungeons and raids are no longer on rotators. You can grind them out whenever you want to, but the gear doesn't matter. The gear just doesn't matter right now. It's not tiered, so it's automatically not going to be as good as what you can get. The weapons are another thing. I think the weapons are still like, if you get a really good roll, you get a really good roll. They're still craftable. I think that's fine. I'm still using my aberrant action quite a bit. Now I will admit that outside of exotics, I've largely left my old weapons behind already. And that's because the new ones are pretty damn good. But they did tell us that previous adepts, time lost, whatever you want to fucking call them, whatever they happen to be named for that raid, hallowed, etc., those weapons are meant to be comparable to a tier 3 weapon right now. And that's fine. That's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use those, or I'm going to use a crafted version, because they're still potent. They're still good. Some of those are still arguably best in slot, best in class. So I do think you need to I do think you need to refresh the loot in those though, but the reality is they don't have enough people to do it. That's the unfortunate reality. And at the same time, you need that grind source because I think it's the grind from 400 to 450 would be so much smoother if you could go in and do raids and dungeons. Even if you just told us we could go do them once a week. Let us do all of them once a week for tiered drops, and then like you get a
Yeah.
bonus tier for your first run each week of something.
Yeah. Or like have the featured one that maybe you get a tier for higher chance of getting a
Oh,
tier
I'm going
four
to go
drop.
even a step further. I think you should be allowed to pick which one you want to do as your raid or dungeon of the week.
I mean, that's also fair. I mean, they keep
Just
track of that
just
stuff.
tie
It's
it to
not like
tie it to the portal as like a weekly challenge or something. You know,
why
just do
not?
that.
I agree. I think that would be smart. I think that would keep
I don't
people
know.
more
I don't know
engaged.
why we're not doing this. Let people who want to do that go do it. Like I was talking to some people who do low mans, and they're just incredibly discouraged right now. They're like, "That's basically all I play. Like I'm being forced to go do the portal because I can't get gear to up my light level from doing the content I want to do. This goes against everything Bungie's ever told us, which is play the way you want to. Like now, it's play the way you want to within the portal,
Mm-hmm.
and that sucks. That really sucks."
Yeah.
I don't think it's all bad, though. I do not think the portal is all bad, and I'm not going to sit here and harp on it because I think we've gotten two pretty decent examples over the last 2 weeks now of things that I feel the portal is doing right. And that is Arms Week, and to a much better degree, Solstice. So let's start with Arms Week. Arms Week. I both liked and disliked Arms Week. I think this was a good first pass at it. It needs to be refined and tweaked, and I hope it is for the next one. Progressing these mini passes is rough. If you miss a couple dailies, have fun grinding.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun grinding. You got to be pounding out your dailies. You got to do your weekly, and to be fair, you should have to do some of that. To be fair, but it is startling how much easier it is for me to do the weekly rewards track, which is 20 levels, versus one of these mini event passes.
Mm-hmm.
How much harder I have to grind to get this done. I can get that. I can get the mini weekly pass done in like 3 hours. It's done. I'm chilling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just playing the game. You don't get that with Arms Week and the Solstice challenges. It progresses so fucking slow. It's so slow. I really just like wanted to rip my hair out by the end of Arms Week when I was looking at the pass. Now that being said, the passes we got from both of them are better. The Solstice one in particular, that is a better value than we ever got for a paid event pass, and I will fight anybody who wants to disagree on that. You are getting a Sparrow, you are getting a Ghost Shell, you are getting 3 holofoil weapons, you are getting a shader, you are getting an emblem, you're getting a transmat effect, you're getting a ghost projection, and there's something else that you're getting too. I think you're getting a ship also out of this. That is a phenomenal value for free. I have argued for a very long time. You have to give away things in this game. You have to. You have to. You have to. You have to. And
Yeah.
they finally did it. If this is how, and A1 Johnny said this the best when I was talking to him the other night. He goes, if this is how events are going to be, I'm so much more motivated to go play them than I was before. Because we're not running circles in the EAZ. Now, ironically, I was so happy for the EAZ to be gone. I would almost welcome it right now because it would just mean I don't have to go to the portal.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you. That being said, doing solar modifiers, having all the challenges for Solstice be solar themed, and having solar balls that you can pass back and forth between everybody and then throw them for massive amounts of scorch damage is awesome. That is a lot of fun. It's a big party when you're doing it. Even when you're doing harder, higher end content, that is so much fun. I enjoy that. I am loving Solstice right now. Now, the downside, it's only 2 weeks long. You're going to kill yourself to get that event pass done. And man, I cannot emphasize how much of a bummer it is that the free armor is the 2019 set again. Nobody will ever convince me that armor looks good. However, the set bonus on it is awesome. The set bonus on this armor is outstanding. If you guys have not been keeping track of this, I'm gonna pull a piece up because I want to talk about it. But when you look at this armor with the Lustria set, 2 pieces. Receiving healing temporarily grants your solar weapons increased flinch resistance, handling, and reload speed. If you have 4 pieces on you, rapid solar final blows heal you. That is awesome.
Jeez.
If you're not running a heal clip weapon, that's awesome. I have not done any testing to see how that actually goes in comparison to heal clip, but I can't imagine it's too far off. That's great. That gives you another piece in your arsenal. You can go run something like a callus mini tool or whatever. Now, granted, a lot of the good solar weapons outside of, I think, bows offer heal clip. So that's fine. Like a Baron Action offers it. The new rocket pistol and Crucible offers it. I know that the SMG for the event offers it. Ahab Char, the new 720 auto rifle, offers it, and there was another one that I saw recently that had it. They just started slapping heal clip on everything. So I'm okay with it. I really like to run heal clip personally in higher end content. That's just me. It was also because like rocket sidearms are still stupid good.
They're so good. They're so fun to use.
Good. They're so good. I don't take them off. I have like 20,000 kills on my Baron Action. And that's not
they're so good. They're so fun to use.
They're really fun to use. I genuinely think I have run a rocket pistol, like main one, since Warlords Ruin came out, and I got Indebted Kindness that very first run. I got that. I got it with Volt Shot on my first run, and I just basically never took it off.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I've had like that, Call, a Baron Action, or a Lotus Eater, like one of them just constantly equipped for the last 2 years almost. So really enjoying that. So I do think that Solstice is good. Solstice is good. It's fine. You can make your armor incandescent or whatever, like what the fuck ever, who cares. The coolest thing about it, I think, is that it's another source of tier 3 and 4 armor. It's another source of powerful loot that can drop because you can get a full set on each character, and it will be powerful when you craft it. So I do really like that. That helped with the process. That and Arms Week both really helped with the process because you get extra drops. I love that they are doing extra engram drops for Solstice on certain activities every day, on matchmade activities and solo ops every day. The joke yesterday was that Caldera did not have the bonus Solstice engram, and it was on Skywatch, and so the joke, Gigs was tweeting this, said Guardians are going on strike over this. I thought that was really funny because you can go do Caldera or K1 with it.
That's funny.
That was very funny to me. But if you let some of your stuff stack up, I've found like you let your fire team or solo ops bonuses stack up on some of these, and then you go and do them when they're like featured, or there's like a featured weapon or a piece of gear on there or something, and like Solstice engrams, you can stack all those. I kid you not, I did a onslaught earlier this evening, and I got 10 drops from it, I think. Because I had 3 completion rewards. It's already a longer activity, so you get more completion rewards. So I had 3 completion rewards. I had 3 bonus drops on there. There were Solstice drops on there for today. And then I got everything else that was dropping during it.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Oh, yeah. So I came out with so much loot that half of it went to the Postmaster. It was awesome. I had like 7 engrams waiting in the Postmaster for me.
Oh, that's such a good feeling.
Now, most of the stuff that went to the Postmaster was not of light, but I went from 291 to 300 in one onslaught because I had so many things stacked up on it.
I mean, that's awesome.
If it's not matchmade or I don't have 2 friends, I'm not going to do it. I'm certainly not asking my friends to do it if they don't have bonus drops on there. Why would I?
Right.
That's something I'm going to let stack up, and then I'll go do it with randos. Now, doing this week, I have found that like the portal modifiers as they change, some of them are awful. The one this week is terrible. It's I don't know how to describe it other than you get a tummy ache. If your shields get broken, you get a tummy ache, and somebody has to run up and take it off of you, or you're going to blow up.
Oh,
that sucks. That sucks because it effectively means you can't go solo content with that on.
Right.
So not only that, it is annoying. So that and Short Circuit were both on for Onslaught today.
Jeez.
So you're constantly moving, you're constantly trying to take buffs from each other, you're trying to heal the stupid ADU. But it makes you approach it differently, and I kind of like that aspect of it in Portal. As much as I'm tired of doing onslaughts, I do think when I can go get that many drops for like a half-hour investment, it's totally worth it.
Yeah.
So, Arms Week, I've got some bones to. Well, I guess one more thing about Solstice. Solstice Scorched being the mode that you can do. Special Scorched is back, especially in the Crucible for this. It fucking sucks. I did one match of this. I was unaware you could use Scorch Cannons like Mountaintop now. And that everybody was just doing it all across Midtown, and I just wanted to go straight to the dumpling counter. It was awful.
That's the whole point of it though, right? Is the scorch, like, it's all scorch cannons. Like
it's all scorch cannons, but people are launching themselves up in the air with it like Mountaintop is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
They're launching themselves up in the air and then like activating abilities to let them hover and shit and being AC1 Guardians.
Jeez. Okay.
Oh, dude, it's so bad. It's genuinely Solstice Scorched, one of the worst things I've ever. Y'all complain so much about Rift the season it came out. I guarantee you this is worse than that. This is 100% worse than that. I will not get the title on principle of I am not playing 7 goddamn matches of this.
Yeah,
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. The only way I'm doing this is if I call up my stepsister and I'm like, hey, do you still have Destiny installed on your computer? Log into my account and do 6 Team Scorched matches for me because I'm sure as hell not doing it. I'll pay you $20 to do it. That's the only way it's going to get done at this point. I'll pay her $20 so I can get a title I already have. Yeah. That's how dead ass I am about this. It's so bad. It's so bad. All my praises that I just had for Solstice are like being equaled out by this one super awful mode.
I mean, that's fair.
It's not great,
right?
It's not great, but I am really enjoying this the solar modifiers on matchmade Portal content. That is a lot of fun. What was not as fun for me was Arms Week, and now part of this, I'm gonna say a disclaimer. Part of this is I think because I'm not a hand cannon lover. I really struggled to enjoy this. Now, granted, Sunshot Go Burr. I used Sunshot for almost every challenge that I was able to. But I like getting my titles, guys. You know that. I saw it's Sharpshooter. I had to get it. I didn't have a choice. I had to go grind it out. God, so many matches of Arms Week hardware later. I have the Sharpshooter title. The only other title I've enjoyed or that I've enjoyed this little getting was Heavy Metal. They're both equally terrible. This one, at least I could use like guns for, and I wasn't just stuck in a brig or a tank. So we got some questions on this. I'm going to try to offer some constructive feedback on the weapons because I know a lot of people really, really, really like Phoenicia Farah. I know a lot of people like this. It's basically, for those who did not play, it is essentially a shotgun hand cannon. It's the closest thing I can describe it is it's a sawed-off. So I do think that this is a cool gun. I think it's a cool idea. You can of course get one out of trials. There's a different one in trials. Some of the perks you can get on this. The one that I particularly like is proximity power on this. When targets are nearby, final blows grant bonus melee. I think that's really fun if you play a melee build like Punchy Punchy Hunter, or you play a Titan, obviously. You can get Transcendent Moment. You can get Slide Shot. Of course, everyone likes Slide Shot on this. You get Threat Detector. You can get Threat Remover. I like Threat Remover on this. Dealing damage with all pellets and a spread increases reload speed, handling, and stability. And the final one is Barrel Constrictor. I think Barrel Constrictor is fine. Final blows with this weapon reduces projectile spread for a short duration. I think that can be really good for something like this, that you're really trying to hit all those pellets. That can be fun. And then in the other column, you can get Incandescent, you can get Frenzy, you can get Surrounded. binary orbit, swashbuckler, and 1-2 punch. 1-2 punch is so interesting to me. I think 1-2 punch and probably threat remover would be the combo that I would be looking at if I'm thinking. I don't know, if I'm thinking like for whatever reason sustain DPS with this gun, that's what I'd be thinking. If I'm thinking in a PvP mindset, of course, slide shot's always going to be one. I think you have to consider, obviously, frenzy is one that you want. Surrounded is always a popular one. Swashbuckler is a popular one here. So I did like that. For what it's worth, I liked that, and I do like the origin trait on this and on the trace rifle that we got on Ribbontail. I like this because when targets are nearby, final blows grant weapon damage, reload speed, and handling until the wielder's death. I do like that, and of course, and it's got the Hake mod on it as well on this particular gun. So I do like that. I think it can be a lot of fun. That doesn't mean it's like incredible, but I do think it's fun, and I think with the wacky mods you could get for these guns made it even funner. I'm going to be completely honest. Now that's part of the frustration I had in hardware was the mods are active in hardware, and that was the only PvP mode they were active in. So I just went back. I just did what everybody else did and went to Outbreak. I stopped trying to hand cannon people in Crucible. I'm not built for this life.
Josh's not built for this life, he says.
Josh is not built for this life. It's oh god, he accidentally became important at work. That's how it feels.
Oh no.
What?
No, just accidentally becoming important at work. That's
the gun I did enjoy though is Ribbontail. Ribbontail is awesome. It's a strand trace. This thing's fantastic. I love it so much. Proximity power you can get on it. You can get Wellspring. You can get Threat Detector, Subsistence, Transcendent Moment, Envious Arsenal. I personally have been using Subsistence and Envious on this. And then the second column is just nutty. You can get Killing Tally, always a good one. You can get Redirection. You can get Binary Orbit. Tear is a very popular one. Surrounded, and of course the one we all want, Detonator Beam. Subsistence Detonator Beam is the one that I like a lot of. Big fan. I think it's awesome. It's got the Amalon trait on it as well, which, basic reminder, weapon has increased reload speed and stability for the top half of the magazine, which of course makes it a monster in PvP. I really like this gun. I like this. I'm so glad I got a shiny on it too. I've been having fun playing with it. It's a good one. It's a good one. Trace rifles, man. Trace rifles are the thing. If Outbreak isn't your jam, put this bad boy on. I know trace rifles are super oppressive in PvP, but I mean PvP, PvE, this is a great gun no matter what. So I do like that better than the hand cannon. I am waiting. We're supposed to get the sword, I believe, on the next Arms Week. I don't know what the second weapon's going to be, but I do believe that the sword is the next one, or at least one of them. So that'll be a thing. That'll be enjoyable. I think just the progression of the mini pass for 1 week. You had 15 levels to get through. For Solstice, it being 2 weeks, you have 30 levels to get through. I think that the XP gains just need to be a bit better. Just like a smidge better, like maybe 20% more on bounties and on match completions. Whatever you do, I don't think you should have to grind to finish that pass. You want to entice people to play it. You want to give them a couple curated shinies. That's the coolest thing about these passes, I think, are the curated shinies. They're not going to be the end all be all rolls, but you're at least getting a holofoil. I'm going to keep calling them shinies. They've also made them so distinct that they're shiny on the boxes now instead of the 3 fucking lines where you couldn't tell on some of the Into the Light weapons, for example. Here, they're purple boxes now. I love that. I love it so much. So good. And if you're not doing your Guardian ranks, I implore you to do your Guardian ranks, because in events like Arms Week and in Solstice, you get a +1 to all your gear drops. So your tier 3s become tier 4s, your tier 4s become tier 5s. It's awesome.
That's awesome.
Without having to hit like 400 or 450 power. It's great. It is a great gear farm. And the armor trait for Solstice isn't bad. The weapon traits aren't bad on these guns. I really like them. To shift back to Solstice for a minute. Yeartide Apex is awesome. I love this SMG. I absolutely love this thing. I've been running it since I got it. I'm still hunting my dream roll of it. But I mean, in the first column, you can get demo, you can get attrition orbs. I'm running attrition orbs on mine right now. You can get lone wolf, feeding frenzy, heal clip, recycled energy, transcendent moment. Your second column, you can get of course you can get target lock. You can get chaos reshaped. I love chaos reshaped, and chaos reshaped is an awesome perk. It's from the Salvation's Edge raid. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. I like it better on a pulse though. I use it on nullify, and that's a lot of fun to me. Um, because I want to, for those who don't know, weapon gains bonus damage while in combat for an extended time. Remaining in combat for even longer rewards a larger damage bonus and periodically heals the wielder. I like to use this on Nullify. That's the 2-burst solar pulse from Salvation's Edge. I like to run that in something like Iron Banner or in Momentum Control. It's a lot of fun for me. And then you can get Harmony. Of course, you can get Incandescent. Of course, you can get the new solar perk, Burning Ambition. You can get Binary Orbit. I, it's hard to go wrong. I mean, that first column, Heal Clip, Attrition Orbs, Recycled Energy, I think are all really good. Those are ones that I like. I like Feeding Frenzy, but I like that more on an SMG or on a LMG or on an auto rifle as opposed to a SMG, just because you're reloading so quickly. I don't know how much I love that, honestly.
Yeah.
Although I know the whole point is each rapid kill progressively increases reload speed. I know that that's a thing. You can get a maximum of 5 stacks on it, blah, blah, blah. It's instantaneous reload. In no world am I taking that over healed clip or over attrition orbs, though, to be quite frank.
Yeah.
So that second column, though, man, chaos reshaped. You can get target lock. You can get incandescent. You can get the new one, Burning Ambition. I mean, of course, you're going incandescent on this, but I really feel like you can't go wrong with Burning Ambition either. I think especially if you were to pair Burning Ambition with something like Attrition Orbs where you're trying to do that sustained damage, that's awesome. Especially with us having Overload SMG this season. Oh, that's chef's kiss right there. I like that a lot. I'm running Attrition Orbs, and I think Target Lock is on the one I've been using. Let me pull up my dim real fast. I did have my gun out, and I don't remember what I had on it. Excuse me. Yes, Attrition Orbs, Target Lock. I have Incandescent in that second column as well. Man, if I had Heal Clip instead of Recycled Energy, this would be my absolute god roll. This would be the number one roll for me. I have Flared Magwell on it already. Really, really like that. And of course, this has the Tex Mechanica Origin trait on it, which is fun. Damaging targets while firing from the hip increases handling, reload speed, and movement speed while aiming down sights. Cool. I'm usually not just free aiming an SMG like that personally, but I do like the Dream Work trait, which is the Solstice trait this year. Once per reload, assist or assisted final blows. Once per reload, assist or assisted final blows, partially refill the weapon from reserves and increase reload speed for a short duration. Bows receive faster draw time. This thing is nasty. It's absolutely nasty with
Sounds nasty.
That's nasty on the SMG. I really, really, really like that. So that's been fun for me. I can't speak too much on the bow. I'm not the bow guy. I think there's some intriguing rolls on it. The one that I'm really looking forward to trying is impromptu ammunition destabilizing. That's a roll that I have personally that I want to use. Impromptu ammunition is just so fun. And then I have successful warm-up destabilizing also. And sword logic on this as well, which sword logic really fun on a bow. So looking forward to playing with that one a little bit more. And the last one we want to focus on is, of course, the GL, the Strand Area Denial, the We Have Wither Horde at Home grenade launcher that really just looks like a mini hothead. This thing's rolls are all over the place. I don't even know where to start with it. Blast Distributor, which is a new one. Dealing splash damage grants a bonus to grenade stats. I think that's interesting. Demolitionist is on here. Recycled Energy is on here. Transcendent Moment, Envious Arsenal, Ambitious Assassin, can't go wrong with that. Slice is on here. And then your second column, you're going to have Elemental Honing, Hatchling, Attrition Orbs. Everybody wants Attrition Orbs on this thing. Even though Attrition Orbs and Area Denial is no longer like the go-to play after almost a year, still good. Vorpal Weapon is on here. One for All is on here. One for All, awesome on an Area Denial. Frenzy is on here. Binary Orbit. I still haven't figured out what I want to do on this one. I'm probably going to go with Ambitious Assassin or Slice, honestly, on here. Really looking forward to trying one of those out. Maybe Recycled Energy, too. Think about those. Of course, I want one with Attrition Orbs, but I'm really intrigued by putting One for All on here. I think One for All is going to be a lot of fun. So, yeah, I think, God, that's just so good.
Sounds like a lot of good stuff happening right now.
There's a lot of really good stuff, man. Like Solstice, they cooked with the 3 Solstice weapons. And can I say that even if you don't get the holofoils of them, you're guaranteed one of each through the pass. Mm-hmm. If you don't get the holofoils are gorgeous. I actually really love the normal look of them. I think they look really cool. It's a beach sunset. I like it. I'm a very big, beach vibes kind of guy. Even though I hate the sand and I hate the beach, I dress like I belong on a beach pretty regularly. So, it's just like kind of me. It feels very Vice City with the colors. That's what it really reminds me of is GTA Vice City. So,
man, Vice City, what a vibe.
What a vibe, man. What a fucking vibe. Well, before we move on, the Eververse armor is it safe to say this is the best Eververse armor that we've ever gotten for an event?
It's pretty good.
Is it better than Gundam's?
Well, I guess it depends on which class you are.
For me, this is the best summer set we've ever gotten by far. It's not
by far, yeah. I mean, I think this is. I don't think there's.
For those who somehow haven't seen this, you have the Diva Warlock in a sundress and the hoop earrings. Like she's ready to throw down. You've got the Titan wearing its headphones and a rubber ducky bath towel, which I think is great.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Hunter is doing his best Jeff the Landshark impersonation.
That's true.
Big fan. Big fan.
The Titan's also riding some sort of surfboard, hoverboard thing. So, at least in the image. I use it for the thumbnail. Spoilers, everybody.
The Megalodon skimmer is the best part. I love that we have a Megalodon skimmer.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That thing is so awesome. I'm totally going to spend real money on that. The Grill Master ghost shell is pretty good too. If you watch it long enough, it'll flip the tongs in its hands.
That's so good.
It's so good. It's such a little detail, but I love it.
That's so good. Fan
of that. I think they really cooked with the cosmetics here. The emotes are good. The finishers are good. I'm a fan, and I can't believe I'm saying that. They've also been rather generous with the Bright Dust, I feel, since Edge of Fate came out. I've earned a lot from challenges, but like if you're doing your weeklies, you're getting like 1,000 right there just from doing the weekly track and doing your dailies. You're getting almost 1,000 every week just from that. So I will put it this way. I have bought several things with dust since Edge of Fate came out, and I still have 11,000 more dust than when I started.
Jeez.
Now, part of that's because I've claimed all my dust from the pass. All my dust from the season pass has been claimed. And they've gotten I feel like there's more dust in the past than there's ever been also. But you can easily get an armor set for dust each rewards pass. Easily. And I think that's really good. I think that's really important that you can do that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Ooh, that was a nasty burp. Ugh. Ooh, I did not enjoy that. I did not enjoy that.
Sure you did. Delightful.
For those who did not play last week, Trials is back. From now through the beginning of September, from now through September 9th, there are no featured weapons. Instead, you can earn every weapon from any match. They'll drop at random. There are five. I was going to say new weapons. There are 5 weapons. Auric Disabler, which is a strand precision auto. Arius Neutralizer, which is a kinetic spread shot hand cannon. That's the sawed off shotgun hand cannon. Aisha's Embrace is back. That's, of course, a Void Rapid Frame Scout Rifle. Forgiveness, Arc, Aggressive Frame Sidearm, and Unwavering Duty, the Solar Adaptive Machine Gun. Those last 3 we've had before, but we haven't seen them in quite some time. Excited to see those back. Very, very, very excited. Very excited. But
Yes.
it's really the Trials of Outbreak Perfected right now. To be honest, that's all anybody's using in there. So, good luck. Good luck if you go in there. And when Ash and Iron launches, not only are we going to have featured weapons again, but 2 more weapons are going to come into the loot pool. So I think that's cool. That being said, we were talking about loot and Portal and stuff earlier. Trials is bad. Trials is bad right now. You can only get Lighthouse loot once a week now.
Ooh.
And it's not guaranteed to be incredible either, from my understanding. So what are we going to do about that? Because if you can't farm Trials for high-end gear, and to be fair, if you're doing it in Trials, it's because you are a good player. Good players should have access to the best loot. Let's be honest. The armor looks so cool. The armor looks cool. I think the set bonus is good. You have to make that more. So that's part of what made Trials so good, even when we were losing last season, is because we were just getting showered in loot. And I love that. And you don't have the opportunity for that anymore now. Now you're relying on random drops, and I think that's really, really silly. Trials loot should always be high tiered. It's the same way I feel about raids, especially the newest raid. You should always be able to get tiered loot. A tier 3 should be the absolute lowest anything is dropping in Trials or in a raid, in my personal opinion. In a raid or in the latest dungeon. And even if you just limit it to, you can get like 1 set of loot at your highest possible, and then everything else is locked to like tier 3 unless you're doing extra challenges. Like Desert Perpetual, kind of doing it right. I complained about this on the review pod. Disclaimer, I put it in the description, but that was recorded before they made the changes last week with the feats that, now you no longer have to do the feats in order to get higher level loot. It's not tied to that as much anymore. It's tied more to your Guardian rank and this and that, blah, 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 blah. Great. That's a good change. We never should have had to get to this point, though. And I feel the same way about Trials. I feel like this is going to get walked back, but we've got some more on rewards and stuff coming up. There is a whole thing here about missing patch notes. That they're
missing
both
patch notes.
Yeah, they're both missing and things that they're investigating with Warlocks, Titans, and like specifically a lot of exotic armors and reported issues as well. I'm gonna let you guys read that on your own. I'm personally not gonna go through all that right now. Health and shields were fucked up. I don't know how we missed all of this. I don't know how all this got missed. This is significant stuff that got missed too.
Yeah. I don't understand how this
how this keeps happening.
How this helping. This is like the 10th time in the last year at least. Like this keeps happening.
It keeps happening, and it's bad. This is what happens when you lay off so many people, man. Things get lost in translation, but it's inexcusable for things to be missed. Their explanation here, when making changes, we never intend to ship nerfs or buffs without communication. We want players to know what's going on so they can be informed of what build crafting options, test out and explore, give us feedback, and help distribute the information to friends or clanmates to prep them for upcoming changes. This community is proficient enough in how Destiny works that players find out sooner rather than later if a change is made without the proper patch notes. Things get missed in the process of filing, implementing, collecting, writing, and publishing our patch notes. We agree it can be frustrating to be caught off guard by changes and are taking steps to further improve our patch notes process to avoid having this happen in the future. We've been gathering issues and missing patch notes while having conversations with the team. The most important take, blah, 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 blah. Guys, like, we just fix it. Just fix it.
Yeah.
The fact that it took you this long to communicate on it also, this is the fourth week.
Yeah.
This is the fourth week. Why did it take almost a month to communicate this to us?
Yeah.
I don't. And we went through an entire contest raid, by the way, which also was overtuned. It was overtuned. They admitted to it. They had to walk shit back.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so frustrated. I'm so frustrated. So frustrated with this.
It's frustrating.
It's very frustrating. Let me tell you something. The sprint bug is the absolute goddamn worst bug I've ever seen in this game. You will only get this in very specific instances. I have had it happen to me a couple of times in the Crucible, and it's only in sixes, and only in raids. Those are the only two places I've gotten this bug. It has to do with something happening in the background of too many buffs are active at once between all players in the instance, and so somebody gets hit with that at random.
Yeah.
That's what's happening. If you have not had the sprint bug happen to you yet, it is completely maddening when it's happening in PvP, in Control. It is super maddening in a raid when you're doing a raid with half the amount of res as you would normally have because you're trying to do a feat. It's very frustrating. It's very, very frustrating. So,
yeah.
I do not like that. So yeah, to work around this issue, if you encounter it, return to orbit, re-enter your activity. Yeah, we can't do that in Crucible. You guys ban us for that. There was an issue with the artifact, and we're tracking an issue where the application of new gear ornaments can increase the amount of damage resistance the player receives. This will be fixed in the future. Yeah, we were doubling up on that the other night. It was pretty fun.
Leave it in.
Leave it in. It's not a feature. It's not a bug. It's a feature. We did finally get a large amount of bans relating to cheating in Desert Perpetual.
Ooh.
And they still didn't catch everybody, apparently. I find that very funny that they did not catch everybody.
That's bothersome.
Okay, so the sprint bug, there is an explanation here, and I want to read their exact explanation rather than my, bullshit. The cause is due to players hitting a max number of stat modifiers allowed in a match or activity. Max number is shared among all players and enemies and normally would be rare to reach, but the modifiers aren't disappearing on death like they should. That means they're been stacking when a player revives, increasing the likelihood the max will be hit. Some players have pointed out, and we believe this to be correct, that this issue has existed since Heresy. We've only seen an impact since Edge of Fate due to the addition of Armor 3.0 stat modifiers. We've made progress in identifying the root cause and are now targeting a short-term fix for next Tuesday. There will be instances of this occurring after the updated shift. We believe it will reduce frequency as we continue to investigate a long-term fix. That's insane to me. It's insane to me we even have to have this conversation. Like, okay, cool. Cool.
Yeah, this is...
And it's taking this long to even get a temporary fix out. Cool. Awesome. We launched a raid with all this shit going on. Raid and dungeon difficulty scaling. Updating the difficulty for legacy raid and dungeon activities. Normal and master modes will be reduced by 10 power. Base combat difficulty will be lowered by 10 power. Enemies will deal less damage and players will be able to deal more damage. That is in Desert Perpetual, relating to difficulty and Combined Mastery Triumph. We'll be lowering the Cutthroat Combat Raid feat, specifically combat difficulty, by 10 power. It was plus 40, now it will be plus 30. We'll be lowering the Combined Mastery Triumph to only require a single completion at base difficulty, which will upgrade gear rewards by 1 tier, depending on the number of feats active. Example, instead of getting a tier 1 reward, you'll get tier 2. Layering on additional feats will increase difficulty, but also help you get tier 3 and beyond. We are testing these changes and aim to release them in 9.0.0.5, which I believe is on Tuesday. So, oh my god, it's such a fucking nightmare. I'm so done with this. I'm so done. that has truly been just insanely unenjoyable for me. I will say that I have been very I have been very unhinged. Also, this is like from last week, by the way. So, this update probably is out. I don't know.
Maybe. Who
I don't
knows?
know. All right,
Who can say?
let's. Who's to say? Let's talk. Oh boy, let's talk about the last thing we need to get to, which is the updates to the portal. I guess I've put this off long enough. It's time to talk about the portal again to end us out tonight before questions. We gotta talk about the portal one more time.
Hooray!
What we're doing, in addition to the things we can find and fix quickly, we've queued up for imminent updates over the next few weeks and more as part of our first post-launch major update planned for September 9th, which will include. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for what this is going to entail, Corey?
I don't know.
The top thing on this list, restoring color vibrancy to the world tab, which will continue to live alongside the portal. A fix for the reward preview being lower than the actual rewards granted when in mixed fire teams. That's wild. I didn't realize that was an issue. Kepler Mythic difficulty will be adjusted to make it more accessible for solo play. Thank God. That has also been a nightmare. Baseline raid and dungeon difficulty being adjusted down. Higher reward tiers being made more accessible. Contest modes will also bump the tier further. Restoring an infinite source of bright dust with the objective system update and an earlier grant to make up for the missing source. 9.1.0 will contain much more than the above, including new activities and rewards in both Edge of Fate and the core game. I have no clue what that means, and I'm almost afraid to ask, to be completely honest. If that means we're going to get more shit on Kepler, I'm here for it. Here for it. If that means we're going to get more on Kepler, if it means... Please make the Plague Lanes explorable. Please. Please. Are we going to actually do this? Are we going to actually get a seasonal story with Ash and Iron or not? Because I feel like you kind of have to if you're saying the phrase, we're going back to the Plague Lands.
Yeah, because like, why else would we be going back there? Just
why the fuck else would we be going back there other than we broke glass in case of emergency for Siva?
Siva!
Which is kind of what it feels like Bungie's doing. So, what's planned?
Siva's planned, clearly.
Jesus, dude. I don't know when this is coming. So it says here, everything that I'm about to read to you will be in the game in the coming weeks and in 9.1 in early September. Power progression is the most important topic right now, and we're still identifying adjustments we plan to make. Progression is slower than we want it to be, and we plan to generally increase the speed of progression for most players. Portal reward balance is being actively adjusted up and down to make activities feel evenly rewarding. Fireteam Ops in particular is feeling too low right now, and we're working to make it feel viable to make good progress while playing with friends. Good. This game has always been designed around playing with your friends.
What? That's what I've been doing wrong all these years.
More at 9. More at 9. Crucible Ops are also getting close attention, and we're looking at raising rewards at lower ranks and increasing the drop rates for comp exclusive weapons. Good. Good old A1 Johnny played like 20 something matches and only got two of those hand cannons, I think. Now, granted, you have to get them on wins. So, John, I'm sorry to put you on blast, but you do have to get wins. His words, not mine. His words, not mine. And raids have good baseline weapons and armor, but drops are not high enough tier and not enough of it drops for the time investment. We're planning to both improve the tier and drop rates in a future update. Thank you. Thank you. One armor piece, one weapon per encounter completion would be phenomenal. Absolutely awesome. Phenomenal. Would love to see that. Maybe with 2 weapons at the end. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting a little greedy here, but that's what I'd like to see.
Stop
being a big fan.
You know what's going to happen. You're just going to be disappointed.
I'm probably going to be disappointed, so I'm not going to get my hopes up too high. We have even more things planned for 9.5 Renegades reveal. So we'll see what that goes. I'm very interested to see what this live stream on the 9th looks like. So we are getting the Renegades reveal then and Ash and Iron on the same day. That should be a very interesting day for the community. So we'll see in a few weeks, man.
I guess.
He guesses, everyone. Corey guesses.
God, man. Sometimes I just don't know what to say, man. It's just like, yeah, I don't know.
So, at the very end of this week's TWAB, there is a little message at the very end that says, as we come to a close, we want to let you know we hear your feedback about the portal, rewards, raids, dungeons, and more. There are active discussions taking place daily about all these items and what we're working on for the future. We will share more details soon. We're about to talk a little bit more about, the idea of why are dungeons and raids not in there with our questions, but that is something I just keep coming back to. Why on earth would you not emphasize that more? Why would you not want us to play the legacy content? I understand you want to force us into the new, but Portal is supposed to be about celebrating everything. We know that with Ash and Iron, we're going to get dungeon stuff added to the Portal. I see no reason why raid stuff can't be added also. Like, why can't there be? I think there should be 3, like, trio activities and 1 6-player activity every single day on a rotation. Every day. That's just guaranteed to drop loot. So, you queue in for 6 people? Great. Here's a 6-person activity. And here's the kicker. It doesn't have to be raids. It can be effects offensive. It can be a splicer activity. It can be a sundial. It can be...
Can it be the coil?
No, because that's a 3-person activity. It can be catch crash. I can't believe I'm going to say this. It can be fucking catch crash, man. Like, there are things you can do here that we have had 6 players for in the past that you can do. There are other 3-player activities that you can do in the future. Now, I've not brought these up because they're so recent, but in the future, I expect that we will see the Prison of Elders added. I expect that we will see the Court of Blades added, for example. Maybe even the whatever the other activity we did on Nessus last year was. God, Echoes really was like kind of great for activities, even if they were all boring. I forget what it's called, but it's the one where we ran around and collected plants, essentially. That's all I remember from it, because that's all I wanted to do. Was
like the... Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I wanted to collect plants and save Captain Jacobson is all I wanted to do. Trying to think of other 6-player activities that we've had in the past. That there's been other stuff like Savathûn Spire is in there. I think Savathûn Spire being in there is great. Where's that little altars of summoning thing? That can be added in. That's a 3-player activity. Put that in there. There's no reason why things from Pit of Heresy and Shattered Throne can't be in there. There's zero reason why those can't be in there,
Yeah.
So, I'm going to start with Fox. How are we feeling about the weekly content we've gotten the last 2 weeks? We've already talked about that. Personally, I'm getting really down with it. I was really skeptical about event passes at first, but having loot worth grinding for in them has made weekly grinding a little bit easier. Giving us stuff to chase on a weekly and daily basis. I would like to see more of this now that we've gotten a taste of what it's all about. It's a good way to retain attention of the players who don't want the hardcore GM grind. Amen. Amen. You guys know how I feel about Grandmasters. I think moving forward, I want to see stuff like dares and strikes get this treatment with rewarding high-level weapons and armor while bringing that old content and loot into the near tier system. I'm not saying every week, but on a bi-weekly rotation would be cool, so people who aren't grinding people are not grinding just these events every week. Even something with the old raids being thrown into a week where you can collect a bonus weapon or 2 from event passes track. This was long, but I've been thinking about it for a few days. Also, RIP the EAZ. I mostly agree with what Fox is saying here. Honestly, I definitely agree that there needs to be stuff like this to appeal to those of us who don't care about like doing Grandmaster conquests and whatnot. But I will say the first 2 conquests are stupid easy. They're Devil's Lair and Dark Priestess, I believe, and you can get them at 190 and 240 power. I believe the next 2 are also pretty easy with a fire team. It's the last 2 that are going to be a pain in the dick. So I do look forward to trying to tackle these. What I don't like about this, and I've made this really, really clear, I do not like that you can only do these once per season for the loot. You cannot even launch them after you've completed them. Somebody else has to launch them and you have to be in their team, and you won't even get the loot out of it. So I do think that they're really good for bumping you up in terms of level and this and that. It's a loot explosion, and it's always cool to see a bunch of shit come flying out of the chest. But man, we got to fix that. I mean, even if you put it on like, I don't know, once a month, once every couple weeks, maybe you're on a timeout for 7 days after you do it. I don't know. But there's got to be something. We talk about people. You want people to grind. You want them to get to that level. You want them doing the hard content. You have to make the card content rewarding at that point.
Yeah.
You have to make it rewarding. If you can only do these 6 things one time, I think that honestly, I think it would be really cool if you let those things award a tier higher than they should be. So when you do the 190 and 240s, boom, you're getting tier 3s guaranteed at an early point in the grind. You're getting that. At the next one, you should be getting tier 4s, and then it should be nothing but tier 5s for I think the final 2 or 3, personally.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that would be a way to keep people motivated. Guarantee some shinies, guarantee the shinies in there, things like that. So I think that would be really, really cool to see. I don't know how I love about saying that raid stuff should be in an event pass track, because I don't want every week to be an event. If every week's an event, nothing is special. Nothing's an event then. And I think that creates a lot of FOMO. I also just don't love raid weapons being available outside of raids.
Yeah, I feel like that kind of defeats the purpose almost.
That was my problem with Trials weapons coming to Xur. Now, granted, those weapons are no longer being sold by Saints. Well, I guess they are, but they're legacy weapons, so okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't love that either, as long as you keep them rare.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind. So, if they've been out of the game for a while or something, if it's not something you can go actively earn by playing a match today, then I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
So I don't love the idea of doing that. Now, I would like to see a focus maybe where they go, hey, if you go to this raid, you suggested bringing back featured raids. We said, hey, what if you feature a raid or a dungeon and you say, hey, your first run is double loot drops or guaranteed red borders. If you have red borders left to get, guaranteed red borders on your first 4 encounter completions. Guaranteed red borders. Maybe an extra chance at 10% extra chance at the exotic or something.
Mm-hmm.
On stuff like, Last Wish and, Crota and, King's Fall and things like that. Stuff where we've given away the weapons ad nauseum before.
Yeah.
I think that would be cool. Jiggly Panda asked how we felt about Arms Week and the hand cannon. Talked about that already. Do you think they should add dungeons raids to the Pinnacle tab in the portal? We didn't really specifically address Pinnacle. We did address adding them. Fox did give an input on that. This is a question I debated about asking. In some ways, yes, but I also no. Raids probably not, because it does take higher levels of coordination with numerous people, but dungeons I can 100% see. So preset difficulty of Master Excision, give it matchmaking. I would love to see that in there. I really think that the only way you're going to see that stuff get added initially is for stuff like Shattered Throne and Pit of Heresy, which require no communication to do whatsoever. And the guided modes from Rite of the Nine and Eternity modes. I think both of those can be added in. That gives you a very healthy 5 dungeons to start with. For something like that, I think that's perfectly fine. I think that's perfectly fine for matchmaking for right now. I said this during Rite of the Nine. I'm going to say it again. I think that the Explorer mode should be added to every dungeon going forward to help teach them.
Yeah.
I think that is perfectly fine. Even if you don't put it out that first week, maybe you wait a couple weeks and be like, hey, if you got a team to go in, you can go in and tackle it. And then we're going to open it up to everyone, so everyone can experience it. That is a very easy way to be able to put this stuff in the portal, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jiggly Panda said, yeah, I played for the first time this week. I was playing with my friend and asked if there was a point in running dungeons anymore. And he said, not really. I agree with you. They definitely shouldn't add raids, but dungeons should be there. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot going on. I want to see what their solution is before I complain too much. But not having a featured dungeon or a featured raid is a bummer. That is a bummer.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that should be happening. So, and right now the grind to get to 450 is not rewarding enough to make me want to do it.
Yeah.
Now, if they fix it, I will go do that grind, because you can get the permanent upgrades on Kepler, the 2 permanent gear tier upgrades, which guarantee you +1 and +2 respectfully. When you hit 350 and 450, everything that drops on Kepler will be that. So you would have an infinite grind source on Kepler then. I do like that, even if like there are better perks out there. That means your weapons are dropping like that. That means, you can get armor, maybe you'll get a great stat roll. Who knows?
Yeah.
Because right now, I mean, my best piece of armor came from doing the mythic weekly mission, and that's hard as balls.
Yeah.
But I got tier 4 arms out of it at a very, very early point in the game where I probably should not have had access to armor like that. I wasn't even level 200 yet when I got it.
Yeah.
And hey, thank God for fire team power, right? But I've been rocking those tier 4 arms ever since. I don't care if they don't match the rest of what I'm wearing. They're tier 4. They're the best stat roll I've gotten on anything. With masterworked and with the stat bonus on them, they're 100. I'm gonna wear them.
Yeah.
So, and they just happen to be in things that I wanted them to be in. So, I think that Solstice has given them a good path forward. I think Solstice, Festival of the Lost, Dawning, Guardian games should all feature opportunities to get armor or to craft armor like this. I'm interested to see how they handle Dawning, because that's going to be, like a week or two after the launch of Renegades. I feel like that's really early. Like when these events happen a little bit further, like maybe a month out from an expansion launching, then you're really helping people get over that hump. You're helping people get over that hump, build their power level, but you're helping the people who have already hit that power level to get the ones they want, and they can get guaranteed good rolls because they already grind it out. You're catering to your hardcore fan base and your more casual fan base. You're letting the casuals catch up. You're letting the hardcore players get the better statted armor they want. You're getting them tier 4 and 5s, just raining the loot on them. That's something Solstice is doing right now, and I really love that. Keep that up. That aspect of this is awesome. I am getting showered in loot. I only played 2 days, and I got showered in loot. I went like 30 levels in 2 days. Just like barely playing, and I had a blast. And I was doing that in Fireteam Ops. I did 2 solo ops that whole time. And that was because I had like 4 bonus drops on each one that I did. I'm not going to be in there grinding out solo ops. I'll tell you that right now. I have no intention of grinding those out. If I have bonus drops, sure, I'll go and do it, but I'm going to let them stack up for the most part. I'm going to let them stack up and launch them whenever I feel like.
Yeah.
So, do you have anything else to add, Corey?
I don't have anything else to add, Josh.
All right. I think we're done here.
I think we're done here.
Lore Corner will make a return in the future. Life has been very busy. I have not read the lore for Final Shape or for Edge of Fate yet.
Final Shape.
So, Final Shape. God, I hope I'm not still catching up on Final Shape.
Oh man, sometimes I feel like I'm still catching up on Destiny 1. It's fine. It's cool. No worries. Josh, before we get out of here, how do you feel about the practical swinging in the new Spider-Man movie?
It's either going to be really, really cool, or it's going to just look like complete shit. There's no in between.
Yeah.
I like that you're trying something new. It's the director of Shang-Chi. I really like Destin Daniel Cretton, so yeah. I like him as a director. I think it's going to be really good.
Man, I really haven't seen you. I haven't seen you since Superman or Fantastic Four came out.
Superman and Fantastic Four are both so good. So good.
I finished some stuff, but old stuff that nobody cares about anymore.
We finished Ironheart while we were traveling. I really enjoyed it. I really like Ironheart. Superman, man, Superman might be my favorite movie of the year.
Wow, nice.
It's, man, Superman, Thunderbolts, and Fantastic Four are all so good in their own ways. Thunderbolts definitely got me more emotional. Superman is the most comic booky feeling, and I feel like Fantastic Four just has like the most heart.
Yeah.
So I had a great time with all three. I will happily buy all three to add to my library. Nice. We saw we went and saw The Naked Gun also when I was feeling a little better a couple days ago. It is a movie that I highly encourage you to see in a full theater. It will not hit the same if you watch it at home. It was very fun in a packed movie theater. We went to an evening show, and it was just a blast.
Nice.
I thought it was very. Liam Neeson is great, so I really, 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 really liked it. There were some very unexpected moments that just had me cutting up. And it's from the director of it is Akiva Schaffer, who is one of the members of the Lonely Island.
Hmm.
So he also did I think he did the Chippendale Rescue Rangers movie and did what's the other movie he did? MacGruber. I think he did MacGruber also.
Oh,
so yeah, if you've seen those, you kind of know what his humor is. I liked it. I don't know if I'll ever watch it again, but I liked it. It's definitely a group watch. Like, it's something you want to watch with people.
mm-hmm.
If it's just like you watching it by yourself, you're like, oh yeah, that's like kind of funny. Like, half of what's so funny is people just cutting up at random moments.
Mm.
There are certain gags in that are going to play different for certain people, and it's great. So
yeah, cool. I can't wait to see any of these movies. Josh, I finished a show that I think you said you liked a lot this past
Andor?
weekend. I did finish Andor.
but the show of the year.
I finished Andor. I finished Skeleton Crew.
I did like Skeleton Crew,
which was super fun. Way better than
Skeleton Crew is something that was made for people like you and I who really love like 1980s movies.
Yeah.
Like, if you've ever loved Goonies, this is the Star Wars for you.
I thought it was so much better than it had any right to be, essentially. Like,
Same.
It was
same.
Really
the
good.
Kids were great.
Yeah.
The kids were great.
They were so good. Jude Law's great in it too. I bought it.
I thoroughly enjoyed Jude Law playing who he plays.
Yeah. I also finished Daredevil.
Daredevil also great.
Yeah.
It's been a kick-ass year for superheroes.
Yeah. The only thing about Daredevil is I made the mistake of going back and watching the Netflix stuff first.
I like the Netflix stuff. I really love seasons 1 and 2 of the season 1. Like, season 1's good. Really, all I take away from that is the hallway scene.
Mm-hmm.
Season 2 is for me, that's still peak Daredevil. I think season 2 is so good. Like, the conversation between Frank and Matt on the roof in season 2 is so good.
Yeah,
I think that's good. That's maybe one of the best Marvel scenes, period.
Yeah.
Born Again had so many moments, though, where it's like, you didn't have to know who some of these characters were, but like, if you've been invested in the MCU, it was rewarding. Like, Swordsman showing back up from Hawkeye was great.
Mm-hmm.
He's in it. It makes total sense. He's a socialite. It makes sense that he'd be involved in all this. Like, that's great. The music choices are so good. Like, I come back to the music. It's a music cue. TV on the radio does it. I was like, oh my god, that's fucking TV on the radio. Is doing the song, and it's when Matt is seeing that Fisk has just won the election. I believe that's when the song plays.
Yeah.
So good. Just like the cuts, everything with John Bernthal is great. So happy that I don't like the Punisher as a character, but I like John Bernthal as the Punisher.
Yeah.
He understands Frank Castle and isn't twisting him into something he's not supposed to be. His special is going to be so good. I can't wait. They just wrapped filming on it.
His special? Like,
so remember how they did the one shot for Werewolf by Night and for the Guardians holiday special?
Mm-hmm.
They're doing one of those for Punisher.
Oh, no way.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
It's coming out I believe early summer next year. It's supposed to come out before Spider-Man.
Ooh. Okay. Because he's in Spider-Man, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's supposed to come out before Spider-Man. They announced this before he was confirmed to be in Spider-Man 2, so I believe he's leaving straight from the set to go to Spider-Man.
Cool.
So I think that's cool. Kind of like, being in all the street level stuff is cool. Like that, he begged, he wanted to come back. Like, he's like, man, I just really love this character. I really feel like there's more to do. And
I mean, he's a great Punisher. Like, I'm not a huge Punisher.
Yeah, no, me neither.
But he was.
But
great.
The showrunner of Punisher actually is who was brought in to fix the new Daredevil season.
Ooh.
They brought him in along with the 2 head writers and showrunners on Moon Knight. And the 3 of them. So in Born Again, you can pretty clearly tell what was there before and after the reshoots.
Mm-hmm.
All of episodes 1, 7, and 8 were brand new after those 3 came on, along with significant other rewrites. So
interesting.
Yeah, very, very, very big fan. Very big fan of what they did there. I think that was a lot of fun. I can't wait, man. Other things I can't wait to see. Avatar 3. Avatar 3 is coming out at Christmas. That's going to be a lot of fun. There's only 2 filmmakers that I turn out to see everything they make in IMAX, and it's Christopher Nolan and James Cameron. Aside for that, I'd be more excited for Tron. 9 Inch Nails is doing the Tron music. I'd be more excited if it wasn't Jared Leto.
Yeah,
alas.
Why didn't I mean?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm very upset about it. But
I liked Tron Legacy a lot, and I don't know.
Tron
why
Legacy is great. That's one of the greatest theater going experiences I've ever had.
Mm-hmm. I don't understand why they're not using those characters again.
Truly one of only 2 movies I ever saw that in 3D that was, 3 movies that I've seen in 3D that was worth it. The other 2 being Avatar and Avatar 2. But seeing Tron Legacy in IMAX in 3D was like the closest to like God I think I've ever felt. So,
jeez.
Yeah. With that, we should probably get out of here because I'm going to a very sacrilegious place.
Yeah, we should get out of here. Everybody out there, thank you so much for watching and or listening to this episode of Tower Casuals, the Destiny podcast. Xbox Casuals will return. We've always said Destiny is the primary show, so we'll get there. But yeah, if you're listening on podcast services, leave us a review. Josh, people in them iTunes reviews seem to think we have great banter and great chemistry. So everybody out there, thank you for your reviews. Thank you so much for watching and or listening. And until next time, we love you. Goodbye.